Have you ever been to have you ever been to school, but instead of doing schoolwork, you were just daydreaming about becoming a Brawl Stars pro player? Throughout my time as a Brawl Stars pro player, this has been one of the most frequently asked topics for me to make a video about. And having been in the environment, I can really understand why people they want to start making money off of playing video games and feeling the whole atmosphere of being an esports player. If you have a dream of one day racing the trophy, luckily for you, it might be easier to get involved than you otherwise have thought. I'll cut the video into different segments and leave relevant timestamps on the screen or in the description. I started playing Brawl Stars back in 2017, shortly after it was released in Canada. Back then the game was in portrait mode and it looked nothing like what it does today. Playing Brawl esports was never a goal of mine. In fact, it wasn't even a thing back then. I purely played because it was something I enjoyed doing and I was doing it together with my friends in school. Summer break 2018 came around. And as everybody went on vacation, I started playing more together with people that I met online in the game. And after summer, it became apparent that I had taken a leap forward in comparison to my friends. To my luck, the first Brawl Stars LAN event, it was announced in the end of 2018. And that was the Red Bull MEO Season 1. You might already think at this point that I'm well known in the scene and that I pushed the top leaderboards. But in fact, I never even broke top 200. And I was simply just playing with some friends that I met throughout my time, just chilling, having fun with the game. One of them being Skarx and the other being the Tiger, who I then ended up just playing the Red Bull MEO for fun with to see how we'd end up doing. From here on, the rest is history. Now, my biggest takeaway from all of this is that you don't have to be the top of the leaderboard in Brawl Stars to have a chance at playing Brawl esports. Secondly, you should also pursue Brawl esports to have fun with the game. There's no point if you're not having fun, so make sure to think with yourself, are you having fun with doing this? And if that's the answer, then you should go ahead and do it. Now, the times have changed a lot since I got into esports, but it's actually gotten a lot easier now to form a team and start playing esports and see how you do, which now leads us on to the guide. Now, being a professional per definition means that you get paid for doing what you do. And in Brawl Stars, that means either you're under a contract by a team which pays you every month, or you're taking part in tournaments with various prize pools. In this video, we'll be looking away from the whole aspect of getting signed with an org because it's not necessary at all for playing Brawl esports. Not taking into account all the various different unofficial Brawl Stars tournaments there are. If you keep your eyes only on the BSC, the format is completely open for anyone to take part in. Taking part in tournaments requires just that you find teammates and do the 15-win challenge. From there, you want to do the qualifiers. If you qualify for the monthly final, you're gonna be guaranteed points that will eventually, throughout the year, if you gather enough, qualify you for the World Championship. Another aspect of being a pro player is also that you have to be really good at what you do. But Brawl Stars on surface level is not that complex of a game. So how do you get on top and how do you beat the competition in Brawl Stars? If you Google how to become a pro player in Brawl Stars, you're gonna find tips and tricks on how to get better at aiming, juking, and using your abilities perfectly. While individual skill momentarily can make big differences in games, if you were to ask me, then I would say it all comes down to the synergy between different brawlers as well as the synergy between different players on the team. Teamwork and team play in Brawl Stars is the number one most important thing. Brawl Stars, unlike other esports titles, consist of many short individual games. To become a successful team in Brawl Stars, you have to build up a consistency with your teammates that makes your team win the majority of your games. A trade-off for how easy it is to start playing Brawl esports means that for existing players, they're gonna have to play a lot of tournaments. On a monthly basis, you have to play qualifiers and monthly finals, which means you have to stay on top of your game at all times in the ever-changing world of Brawl Stars. With new maps and matches changing all the time, you need to keep practicing, which means a huge time dedication. But in Brawl Stars, you need to keep evolving with your team, innovating new strategies, and staying on top of the game at all times. With teams clearly playing such a big role in Brawl Stars, how do you find good teammates then? For a lot of players who already feel like they're good at the game, finding a good team is the million-dollar question. Well, you might be the next world champion, that has not happened yet, and you're gonna need to find a way to make yourself stand out. Being active on social media is essential. Starting your own Discord and Twitter is a must. While you're trying to get off spending too much time on ladder and start to get more into scrims and spending time in friendly rooms, pushing on ladder or solo power league is gonna be one way to make yourself stand out and get noticed by other high tier players. Do not be afraid to fail. It can seem demotivating to not qualify for the monthly finals. If you're starting a team with inexperienced players, it can be frustrating if anyone makes a mistake But just the fact that you're playing competitive gives you the chance to get experience and get noticed by other teams as well. This is again another opportunity to be exposed to more of the competitive community. Talking about the competitive community, there are so many different pro players and so many different paths to becoming one. First off, we hear from Tom, who's a professional player for Tribe Gaming, ranked #1 in the EMEA.
Okay, so my advice would be to try and get your name out there as much as possible, whether that's through pushing on ladder, whether that's through playing Power League and getting Masters. The more people that know your name, the more chance there is of you getting on a good team and being successful in esports.
I also asked Rage, another Tribe Gaming pro, 3 questions. First question being, how did you go pro? I went pro by constantly playing the game, trying to get my name on the leaderboards, and also network with other top players that can help you get out in the long run. Discord was a big help for this. Second question being, how to find a team. To find a team that works, it's a lot of trying and testing what works and who works together. Especially when you're first starting out, finding a team you gel with is very important to rise to the top. Again, Discord is a good place to find teammates, and also pushing ladder, making some friends, or joining good clubs is great to meet new people. Third question is how to beat the competition. To beat the competition is simple. You have to work harder than everyone and prove yourself and have the hunger to do whatever it takes to be the best. This comes a lot with learning from mistakes, not having an ego, and always be willing to improve because no one is perfect. We also have insights from Bobby, who's a competitive player for SCMN representing NA Brawl Esports. First question being, how did you go pro? I went pro by entering tournaments with my friends and grinding ladder. The people I met and experiences I got led me into the competitive scene. Second question being, how to find a team. I just found a group of friends who really wanted to compete like me, and we started practicing by playing ladder, any tournaments we can, and doing scrims. Third question is how to beat the competition. The best way in my eyes to beat the competition is to play as a team and play as one. Individual skills can only get you so far, but team play is what carries in competitive. Okay guys, so to summarize the most important points from the video. Playing Brawl Esports does not require you to be the #1 ranked player in the world. The most important thing is that you're having fun with doing what you do, and maybe once you try playing esports, you will find that you have a hidden talent for it. While individual skill can momentarily make huge difference in game, the most important is that you find a strong team and practice playing together in a team environment. Find a team by making yourself stand out. Pushing trophies or playing solo Power League can be one way to make yourself stand out. Congratulations, you are now a pro player. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. If you enjoyed and you'd like to support me even more, then consider using my creator code in the shop, and if not, that's completely fine. If you don't want to miss out on future videos, then make sure you subscribe. That was it for now. See you.